Okay, got the cable in position now. Got the two clips there. I was going to put a clip along here by drilling through, but I've decided not to. With the radiator in there, I think it'll hold it in position. So I really don't need to worry about that. And also I really didn't want to drill more holes for these brackets. As you can see here, let me twist that. Here are the, oh, what have we got here? We got main beam, turn signal, fog light, all sorts of weird and wonderful things that I will be connecting to. The blue and yellow one there that's going down, that's for the horn. Then we have this, I believe, I don't believe, because I don't know what that's for. Black and green. Don't know, probably reaches for something over there, but I also have, if I can get to it, this one here. Now, this I believe is for the Otter switch. As you can see, the connections are different. And this I believe is for the Don't Lie Gary. That one is probably for the starting carburetor. The black and green and the green, yeah, black and green. That's probably for the starting carburetor. This, I don't think that can be for the brake fluid reservoir, because I think there's two, yeah, there's two connections in there. But maybe it is. I'll have to refer to the wiring diagram. Okay, fun. Yeah, some of the Otter switches had a spade, some had a I connector, for want of a better word. Is there anything else here? Oh, well, there's the brake connection, the brake fluid connection, so that's not for that. What the heck does it go to? Guess I'll find out. It's certainly not for the wiper motor. That's going to be a whole shitload of wires, and they come through from the other direction. And there's a harness that comes through, comes through over there, and that's for the wiper motor. That comes through that way. So I've got to find out what that one's for. I'm sure I will. It's probably something really simple like me. Ha 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 ha. And then of course down here we have the coil with the coil wires, the distributor wires that'll go to the coil and to the power. That's got to be sorted out. So we're getting there. We are getting there. Nice to see some progress. Gonna have to mount a block here, a multi-connector somehow here. Not sure how yet. I'm sure I'll be able to figure something out and make a bracket up for it to hold it in place. I'm afraid there isn't much more leeway in the harness to pull it this way because of what I had to do in the fuse cupboard there. The fuse block. So I'll figure it out. It's going to happen. Don't have any choice, do I? Oh, one of my subscribers asked me, he was looking at my engine video and referring to this item here, the California emissions, 18th of December 1962, and he said, what the hell has the car got emissions on it for? Well, as I explained to him, that back in the 60s, you know, they wanted to sell their cars to America, and California, being the retards that they are, insist on these emission stuff. And all this does is it takes the fumes here and pumps them back through the carburetor so they get burnt again. And it's just one of the strange California things that had to be put on the engine. I believe some earlier engines didn't do that. They just used to dump the fumes. There was like a pipe that would come out and go down and just dump it wherever, you know, into the atmosphere. Big deal, who cares? But California, being the anal twits that they are, decided that no, you couldn't sell it unless it was reburnt. So Jaguar came up with this little device, and as I said, it just feeds it straight back into the actually into the air filter, I believe. And as I'm not going to have that banjo air filter on there, I will do something. I don't know what yet. I'll figure out a way to burn the emissions again. I could just dump them, but I'm not going to do that. I'll try and make something friendly. All right, let's move on and do something else. Now, I'm sure a number of you will recall I couldn't remember or didn't know what that top grommet hole was for. Didn't take me long to figure it out. It's for the washer fluid pipe to get juice, washer fluid up to the washer jets that are up there somewhere. From this point, from this point here. My wench is in the way. Nothing worse than having a wench in the way. So I have to get myself some nice new plastic tube along there, through there, and through that little hole. Absolutely perfect. So just thought I'd let you know that I did discover what it was for, so that in case you're doing it and you wonder, now you know. News update. The heater is rubber mounted. Didn't realise that, did I? Dick shit. So, rubber mounting there. There will be one there. I'll come back to that story. And one here. These are not rubber mounts, they're just straight bolted. I find it kind of strange that the rubber mounts are only on the back part of the heater. But that's the way it is. What that means is I really do need to increase the thickness of the gasket here and of the gasket here. Bit of a pisser that, but there you go. Also, the one over there that fucked up on me, which I put in a riv nut, the main bolt holes that these mounts go in are 1/4 28 pitch. That is a 1020. The riv nut is a 1020. So I tried tapping it to a 1/4 28, but I've got it at a funny angle. What I got to do now is I'm going to drill that one out. I'm going to put another one in, and I'm going to try and tap it to 1/4 28. And those of you that are jumping up and down and saying, hey, why don't you just do it as a 1/4 28 before you put it in? Because my riv nut tool doesn't deal with 1/4 28. I'm considering looking at the metric sizes and seeing if they're pretty close, and if they are, that may be the route I will choose, but probably not. Okay, let's go do some more shit. Now, just as a warning to you all, this is one of the mounting bushes, whatever you want to call it, for the heater box. I ordered one too many, fortunately. I thought, well, let's just tap it out to the size that I want, which is the 1/4 20. And this started to turn. I would have assumed, wrongly, that this stud would have been welded to this and vice versa, and then the rubber would have been inserted in between. That's not the case. Apparently, they just shove this rubber, this screw thread into the rubber. Because now when I try and tap this thread, it just twists round and round. And it twisted to such a point that it tore the rubber. Fortunately, this was a spare one. So do be warned, this is usual Chinese crap. They can't do anything properly. I don't know whether that's threaded into this piece. I don't think it is. I just fucking give up as usual with this crap. So as I mentioned previously, what I'm going to do is put in a new riv nut into the firewall and tap it out to the correct thread, which is the 1/4 and then we'll take it from there. Oh yeah, a little bit more fun. The heater valve. Bought myself a nice new heater valve. Came with a rubber seal that is in there, but for added anti-leak, I gave it a schmear with some black sealant, gasket sealant. But there is no gasket there is a rubber seal. So what I did is I smeared the surface, both surfaces, and the O-ring with some black schmeary stuff, which hopefully will help it seal. You have to be careful when you're buying these. Make sure you get the one with the double loophole, I guess you call it, because it has different effects and you need both of them. Okay, there you go. So that's that little baby together. One other thing, got to show you. Give me a second. Because the back here in these 1, 2, 3 mounts gets mounted on rubber bushes. I did have one here somewhere. Crappy one. Oh, there it is. Gets mounted on these. You've got to increase the thickness of this. So I need to add another layer here and another layer there. But at the moment I can't find where I put that stupid draft excluder. I'll find it and deal with it, and then we'll be good to go. The bottom here, this one does not, and this one does not have a rubber mount, which kind of surprises me because, you know, vibration, noise, but it's only those 3. And I did research it, and it is that one, and that one. Those are the only 3 that have the special little rubber mount. Very strange, but there you go. It is what it is. So that will be the next thing. Let me take you down here. Oh no, let me get a light first. Now, the bottom mount on that heater box, there where you can see the cotton reel, for want of a better word, is already in. Not the one up there, the one down there. That was where I had a riv nut, but unfortunately I didn't have one with the correct thread and pitch. So to save myself time and aggravation and buying a special tool with this one nut, I've put a nut and a washer on the other side, and it's good and tight and it will never come undone. Spring washer, flat washer, goo to hold it in place. Just thought I'd let you know that. Still got to finish mounting this wiring to tuck it out of the way so it's not up against the engine. One of the next jobs to do. Wow. We are progressing. I hope you're enjoying the videos. There will be a lot more to come. One other silly minor thing now. I've put a nut and a bolt in here to hold this. I've put this in this orientation, ready to receive the wires. I may turn that around because I do have enough length on the wires, and that will probably, in all honesty, be what I do, because that makes it nice and neat. And, you know, other than that, I'm going to have the wire kind of bunched up here, whereas around here it's a lot smoother, a lot nicer. All I have to do is get the wires through here. So let's do that. So I have my two connections here. One is the green with a purple flash, and the other is, I believe it's just two greens. I just want to make sure. Yeah, it looks like it's just two greens. Doesn't matter which goes where. This will now give us an indication as to the fluid level. Now, I could have taken off these plastic shrouds because it's protected, but I like to leave them on if I can. The only issue we have here is that the wiring harness casing is kind of bulky, but I'll sort that out. Okay, hopefully to make it neat, I have now move the wires and turn the top so that it comes back straight this way rather than being around this side or this side. I just believe that looks better. Next thing we will do is well, on this for the moment nothing, purely because I want to fill it full of fluid and I can't do that until I got all the brake pipes done, so that'll be a little later. Right, get out in the garage, go do some shit.